Well, it's a lovely, sunny, late Tuesday morning, so just under 48 hours since I finished my run. And I wanted to just, now that I've had a little bit of time to reflect, I just wanted to record hopefully a fairly quick video. I started the run. I don't know what I thought I was going to achieve. I don't know what I thought I was going to feel. I genuinely don't think there was a part of me that ever thought that I wouldn't get to the finish, and that was continued all the way through the 100 miles, through the night, everything. There was never a point where I thought, no, I can't do this, I can't go on. That's something which I've got to give massive credit to the purpose that I was going for, the reason that I was doing it being bigger than me, being bigger than just about achieving a finish. It was more than that this time. It meant a lot more to me, and I think that was the reason why there was never any doubt in my mind. And I think beforehand, I thought that when I got to the finish, I've often been overcome by emotion at finish lines, and I think it's generally a feeling of kind of relief at finishing, but also that kind of pride that I don't think you can get from many other pursuits that you can get from running. That pride at having achieved something yourself, at having, powered yourself around something entirely under your own effort. But I didn't get that this time. I thought I was going to, and maybe that will kick in days to come. I don't know. But actually, when I stood with my feet in the North Sea, desperately trying to cool them down and numb them a little bit, all I really had was gratitude. I was so thankful, still am so thankful, so grateful to so many people who made it happen. Yes, it was me putting one foot in front of the other as I went along, sure. But I had the best support I could ever have hoped for, more than I hoped for, in fact. People like Daz, who turned up just as it was getting dark. He'd seen it on the Hardmoors Facebook group, thought, well, I fancy a jog out tonight anyway. So drove over from Newcastle, hopped onto the trail and came and met me at exactly the time when I was going to be running the first dark section on my own. I mean, what were the chances of that? It's just amazing. What sort of person does that? Pure luck that it happened to be exactly the time when I needed it, but how great of a person comes out and does things like that? How great of a person like Gareth, who before 2 weeks ago I'd never met. We spoke a few times via Facebook because we're members of the same running group on there. And yet he runs 3 checkpoints for me through the night, gets up in his car, drives out with all my kit in the back of his car, sets up store, gives me cups of tea, makes sure I'm taken care of, covered my leg with a coat because it was raining and I was being an idiot and thinking that it wouldn't affect me. And then from 5 o'clock in the morning, straps on his own trainers and comes and walks the whole of the rest of the distance with me from Headon on the Wall all the way through to Tynemouth, to the finish. Who does that sort of stuff? There were so many people who came out all the way through the night, through the day, people I'd never met before, people who I've only ever met on running things in the past. And the most tired part of my body, other than my feet, was my voice come the end of it, because I spent out of 29 hours, I must have spent 24, 25 of them talking, having brilliant conversations with brilliant like-minded people who were giving up their time and putting in their energy to help get me across the country. And this is without mentioning my parents, who did the amazing job all the way through the first day of looking after me. And I know they would have seen that, I was stumbling a little bit more or maybe not moving quite as well as I was at the start. And I know as a parent that they were probably looking at me and thinking, oh God, I hope he's going to be okay. But they kept me going and they kept pushing me on. And my wife, who came out and saw me and gave me a much more honest appraisal than some other people would have done, but also just kept pushing me on and kept messaging me. And I knew she was tracking me through the night. I knew she was coordinating all those other people who were helping. And then hundreds of people who donated. We've raised and I say we because I really do think this was a group effort. There was so much done by so many people, and so many people who I think heard about Ian's diagnosis and felt shocked and wanted to be able to feel like they could do something proactive about it. And when he announced it to his friends and on Facebook, he let them know by also sharing my Just Giving page, and I think maybe that gave them a way of feeling they were able to contribute, and they did. And we've raised, as of now, just over £8,000 for Cancer Research UK, and that's something I could never have dreamed of achieving. And I know that that amount of money will genuinely make a difference. It really will, and that will fund somebody to do a piece of research that who knows what it could achieve, who knows what could come out of it. Science is done in a way by trying things, and things will go wrong and things will go right, but at some point someone will find the cures that mean that we don't have to tell people the horrible, horrible news that they have something that is currently incurable. And if that £8,000 can help push one of those experiments forward, then that will have been an enormous, enormous achievement. So yeah, I'm feeling grateful. I am feeling happy. One thing I am proud of is having helped raise that money, but I feel really sort of, my faith in people has been totally reaffirmed by this. There are some utterly amazing people out there. If you put yourself out there, if you try something, if you tell people you're going to do something and you need their help, you will be amazed what people will do for you and will help you achieve.